Hey guys, it's Mike here, and welcome to another video that I'm going to be bringing you today on Dragon Ball Z. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about a topic that a lot of people have pondered about for a very long time. And many have asked me, as well as many other YouTubers, exactly why this is. And that is, why didn't the Cell Jrs regenerate when Gohan destroyed them? So in this video, I'm going to be taking an in-depth look at this topic and explaining exactly why the Cell Jrs did not regenerate, despite the fact that everyone would believe that it makes sense for them to do so. So without further ado, let's get started. So for a little background on this subject, as we all know, during Gohan's fight against Perfect Cell decided to torture him in order to bring out his hidden power. And in order to do this, he asexually reproduced and created his own children, 7 in all, called the Cell Jrs. And as Cell said himself, these Cell Jrs, his children, inherited his genes as well as his powers. And when they came out, they were not only incredibly strong, but possessed the techniques that Cell himself possessed. Eventually, as they were beating down the Z Fighters and preparing to kill them, Gohan's hidden power was awakened by the death of Android 16, which allowed him to ascend into a Super Saiyan 2. And of course, at this point in time, Gohan's power immensely increased, to the point where the Cell Jrs started to challenge him, he started to effortlessly destroy them, killing all of them in the process. But it's at this point in time that a lot of people have an issue with this, because the fact that the Cell Jrs should have inherited Cell's ability to regenerate. And as we saw in the depiction of the anime, whenever Gohan would hit the Cell Jrs with his strength, they would be broken in half and explode. And many people, as a result of seeing this depiction, view this as a plot hole, because they look at the Cell Jrs and they say they should have been able to regenerate, and the fact that they didn't automatically is a plot hole, considering the fact that they should have inherited Perfect Cell's ability to do so himself. But I actually disagree with this assessment, and I have a perfect explanation as to why this is, and that goes into the depiction of the Cell Jrs and their death in the manga. Now, as many people might be aware, Toei, when they were creating the Dragon Ball Z anime, made changes to the source material itself. Many people are aware of the filler, but there is also other changes of depictions of things that actually happened in the manga that happen in the anime as well, either for censorship reasons or because these certain things were changed because they thought they would be more dramatic. And one of these events that has been changed was the death of the Cell Jrs as it was depicted in the manga, because it is very different from what we saw in the anime. Whereas in the anime, where the fight is drawn out for the sake of dramatic appeal and the typical Dragon Ball Z anime pacing, in the manga, Gohan almost immediately kills every single one of the Cell Jrs. First off by flying over to this one and destroying his head, and then of course when all of the other ones fly to him, he again proceeds to start destroying them as well. Now as you notice, when you see Gohan destroying and killing all of these Cell Jrs, not only is the force that he is exerting so powerful it is making their bodies fly apart in terms of his power, in terms of the energy sent through them, but also on top of that, there is one common theme in every single time he kills them, and that is that he destroys their heads. Now, if you remember, when Super Perfect Cell returns from what seemingly would have been his death, he gives an explanation of how he survived. And basically, he showcases that inside of his head is a core, a cluster of cells that allows him to regenerate so long as it isn't damaged. And this is very similar to Piccolo's and other Namekians' regeneration in terms of their overall head being their core. So when Cell is inevitably killed, this is because his core that was inside of his head was destroyed during the Kamehameha that Gohan hit him with. Now again, if we go back and look at how Gohan killed the Cell Jrs, again we see a common recurring theme. Gohan destroyed all of their heads. And of course, in destroying their heads with the amount of force that he hit them with, it is almost a foregone conclusion that Gohan also destroyed the cores inside their heads. So what this means is that in destroying the cores inside their heads, Gohan also destroyed the ability that they possess in order to regenerate their bodies. Meaning that the reason why they did not regenerate is because Gohan destroyed their heads, thus destroying their core and their ability to do so. So as a result of this, we can determine that this is in fact not a plot hole, and even if the Cell Jrs did possess the ability to regenerate, which I believe they did, Gohan destroyed the means in order for them to do so, and that is why they did not regenerate. So there you have it. This has been another video that I've been bringing you on Dragon Ball Z. Tell me your own thoughts down below. What did you think of this video? Did you like it? Did you agree with me? Or do you disagree? Also, were you aware of the fact that the manga and the anime depictions of the way that Gohan kills the Cell Jrs was different? Let me know down below. Also, don't forget to like, comment, share with your friends so we can make more videos like this in the future, and subscribe. And as I always say, stick around, because there's a lot more to come in the future.
And you better subscribe!